So have you ever been rejected? Maybe you were passed over for a promotion or a text was sent and it was left on read and you felt this pain that is so real. It was actually physical, right? You have a knot in your stomach. There's a tightness in your chest. That's not just in your head. Neuroscience shows that social rejection can activate some of the same brain regions that light up when you experience physical energy. It is your brain's way of telling you that what just happened is a serious threat. And in the next few minutes, we are going to talk about why your brain is wired to treat rejection like a punch in the gut. And more importantly, how you can use that knowledge to rewrite your response and conquer your fear for good. So that intense feeling that you get from rejection, it isn't a weakness. It's a survival program that's been running in your brain for thousands of years. And for our ancient ancestors, being part of a group was the single most important factor for survival. So getting kicked out of the tribe or being ostracized meant facing a predator and starvation all by yourself. It was almost a certainty of death, right? It was a death sentence. There was no going in alone. There wasn't. So when a saber-toothed tiger was on the prowl, you weren't going to fight that thing by yourself. You needed a community in order to survive, right? Your life depended on that group. So our brains developed this ingenious early warning system, making social rejection feel deeply and profoundly painful, almost like a physical wound. To make sure we'd do anything to stay in the group's good graces. This is why some people fear public speaking more than death. It's not really about messing up your words, right? Maybe some of it is. It's more so about the primal fear that you will fail to perform and the group will turn on you for it. Your ancient brain is screaming, don't get kicked out. So when you get rejected, your brain registers it in regions associated with distress. And there have been several studies using fMRI scans that have shown that areas of the brain, like the dorsal anterior cingulate cortex and the anterior insula, light up during social exclusion in a similar way they do during body pains. Like if you get hurt or injured doing a sport or whatever the case may be. And while the experiences aren't identical, the neural overlap is so significant that your brain basically screams, this is really, really, really bad. This ancient wiring is so powerful that it can make a bad breakup feel all-consuming, or a critical comment from a boss feel like a devastating verdict on your entire career. It's a deep-seated biological response that protected our ancestors in a world of immediate physical threats. But in the modern world, it can just hold us back from taking the necessary risks we need to grow, to connect, to succeed. So if we are all hardwired with this fear, why does rejection feel like a paper cut for some people, but like a deep stab wound for others? And the answer lies in our past, which shapes the sensitivity of our internal alarm system. Our early experiences, right, especially with parents, with caregivers, helps create an attachment style that shapes how we deal with trust and connecting with other people as adults. So if you grew up with a lot of heavy criticism or unpredictable affection where love felt conditional, your sensitivity to rejection can be turned way up. Your brain learns that approval is fragile and can be taken away at any moment, and that makes you hypervigilant in a lot of ways to signs of things happening again, to patterns that you recognize and are afraid of because of the feeling of rejection. And experiences of bullying or feeling like an outcast as a teenager are especially powerful and can leave lasting scars, right? So, how do we stop this ancient program from running our lives? We can't just delete the software that our evolution installed, right? But we can definitely upgrade our response to it. So here are 3 powerful strategies you can start using today to recalibrate your reaction to rejection. So the first thing here is you want to challenge your thoughts. This is a classic and powerful tool from cognitive behavioral therapy, or CBT, and it's all about becoming a detective of your own mind. The moment you face rejection, your brain's alarm bells are going to go off, and it might scream, I am a total failure, or no one will ever like me. That is cognitive distortion. It's an exaggeration, an irrational thought that feels true, but it's not. So don't just accept it as a fact. Push back. Ask yourself detective questions, right? Is it really true that no one is ever going to like me? Or did this one person just not connect with me? Where is the hard evidence that I am a total failure versus the evidence that I'm a capable person who just experienced a setback? And by constantly catching and questioning these automatic negative thoughts, you literally start to carve out new, healthier, more realistic neural pathways in your brain. The second thing here is you want to build your own validation. And so much of our fear of rejection comes from placing our self-worth in another person's hands. We need other people to tell us that we're smart, that we're capable, and that we're good enough. And that's called relying on external validation. And it's a dangerous trap because it makes your self-esteem totally dependent on things you cannot control. The antidote is to build internal validation. This means learning to see and believe in your own worth, no matter what anybody thinks. A way of changing this starts with some self-compassion, right? When you're feeling the sting of rejection, instead of letting your inner critic tear you down, treat yourself with the same kindness you would give a good friend who is also hurting, right? So say to yourself, this hurts, but it's okay. It took courage to put myself out there. And I know that it sounds almost too simple, but it's a radical act that stops the shame spiral in its tracks and reminds you that you are your own source of worth. And the third thing here is normalize. Do not personalize. Rejection is not a special event reserved just for you. Sorry to break it to you. It is a universal and unavoidable part of a meaningful life. Everyone you admire, from innovators to artists to leaders, have experienced it far more than you would imagine. In fact, the most successful people are often the ones who have been rejected the most. They just learned not to take it personally. And instead of seeing rejection as this kind of like final crushing verdict that you are not good enough, try reframing it as redirection. It is the world giving you data, telling you that this specific job, this particular person, or this path was not the right fit for you. Or it's just not the right time. And that something better suited for you is out there. Rejection is just part of the process of finding your way. It is not the final verdict of your worth or who you are. By understanding the science behind why rejection hurts so badly, you can start to take back your power from this kind of ancient fear that doesn't really have a place in the modern world. If you want to keep learning how to master your mind and build this unshakable confidence, make sure to subscribe and to hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on the next video. And I've got obviously the comment section here where you can discuss and talk to other people and build community, because I think community is very, very, very important. But I also have a question for you, right? Which one of these tools are you going to try first? 1, 2, 3. Which one feels like it resonates the most with you? So try it. And then let me know down in the comments how it worked out, what your experience was. The horrible feeling of rejection, it's not a character flaw. It is a survival instinct that doesn't always fit our modern world. It is your ancient brain trying to protect you from the threat that most of the time isn't actually there. But you are not ancient. You are not your ancient programming, right? You have the power to become the programmer. You can challenge the thoughts that hold you back. You can validate your own worth from the inside out, and you can see rejection not as a painful dead end, but as a normal, necessary detour on the road to where you are meant to be. It's not about never feeling the sting of rejection again. It's about knowing deep in your bones that you can handle it. And when you do, it increases your respect and self-worth in so many ways. Um, and it shows you that your worth was never on the line in the first place because it belongs to you. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you in the next video.